Eka Pada Koundinyasana B is what we typically do in classes and what I had been most familiar with. And then recently I've been going to classes here in Chattanooga and I learned Eka Pada Koundinyasana A. So we're gonna work on both today if you're down for a little bit of challenge. If you have one of your blocks handy, it might be nice to use today, so go ahead and grab a block or two. And we're gonna start in child's pose actually, so you'll go into your child's pose at the back of the mat. And when you do get into child's pose, make it an extended child's pose, so knees wide apart, arms reaching out in front of you, and then you'll rest your forehead down on the ground. Go ahead and take a few really deep breaths there. So when you get settled in, allow the full weight of the hips to rest heavy to the heels. Beautiful. And allow the full weight of your head to rest heavy to the floor. And instead of full extension with the arms, let the elbows rest on the ground. Feel a sense of release in your shoulders, the neck, even the jaw here. And while you're focused on those areas, do wiggle your jaw a little bit side to side. So release a little bit of stored tension in the jaw. Good. And then go ahead and let the jaw settle all together. And we'll start to deepen the breath. Take a big inhale to fill up the abdomen. Let it expand between the legs. Fill up the back. Let it inflate like a balloon. And then exhale completely all the way out. Good. This time as you inhale, you're going to start to crawl your hands to the left, off the left edge of the mat, coming into a side bend. So still in child's pose, but place your right hand on top of the left hand. Let the forehead rest back down. Elbows can be lifted or lowered, but take a deep inhale to fill up the right side of the spine. So stretching that side by expanding the lungs. Stay in that side bend as you exhale. And at the bottom of your exhale, start to walk it through center to the other side. You're going to take it all the way to the right. And then same thing on this side, left hand to the top of to the back of the right hand rather. Keep the hips heavy. Take a big inhale to stretch that left side of the spine. Good. Stay there with your exhale. Keep tugging the hips back and then start to walk your hands back to center. From there, press your palms down, rise up to a tabletop position, but keep the knees wide. So your knees are at the outer edges of your mat, big toes are together. We're gonna move in a big circle with our cat-cow today, so you can start to take your left hip back to your left heel and then right hip to right heel. And then bring the chest over the right palm, and keep that going. So left heel, right palm, left palm is where we'll shift the weight. Connect your breath to whatever movement you have or whatever pace of movement you have. You can exhale to go back towards the heels and inhale to go up over the palms. And then the next time you come back to the heels, reverse your circle. Inhale to come forward over the palms. Exhale to go back towards the heels. Keep it going. Good. And then come all the way back up to a tabletop position. This time do walk your knees in so they're underneath your hips. Shins or railroad tracks back behind you, and we'll start cat-cow, regular cat-cow with an inhale, arch the back, lift the chin. And with your exhale, curl the tailbone under, round the back. Good. Keep that action going. So as you inhale, arch the back, lift the chin, lift the tail. As you exhale, press the mat away, round the back. Good. A couple more. Inhale. Exhale. If your pace of movement is different, your pace of breath is different, that's perfectly fine. Your inhale, you arch. Your exhale, you round. Come back to a neutral spine. Look straight down between your index fingers and tuck your toes under. We're going to go into a bear hold, so you're going to lift the knees to hover over the mat. Shins are parallel to the floor. Calves are parallel to the ceiling. Now fan your fingers out wide. Take up lots of space with all the fingers. Take an inhale to fill up the belly and the low back. And then downward facing dog as you exhale. So go ahead and lift the hips up high. Pedal out the feet when you get there, bending one knee and bending the other knee. Nice slow march in place. And then warming up the core just a little bit here in the beginning. Walk your hands forward a touch, shift out to high plank position, and then lower the knees where you're at. So knees might be a little bit further back than the hips, or they might not. Either way is fine. You're gonna send the right leg straight back behind you, And then tap the right elbow. Inhale, send it straight back behind you, right leg extends. And then exhale, tap right elbow again. This time take it to the outside of the elbow. And inhale, send it back. 2 more. This time you're gonna take it high up onto the tricep, so outside of the tricep. Inhale, send it back. The last one, you're gonna hold it a bit longer, so exhale, right knee, try to get it high up into the armpit. Bend the elbows like chaturanga. Rise back up, send the leg back. Good, and then set the right knee down to trade sides. Right on to the other side. Lift the left leg, inhale. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, nice and slow, back to extension. And then exhale, outside of the elbow. Inhale, send it back. Nice work, Anna. As you exhale, tap high up onto the tricep, outside of the arm. Inhale, send it back. And this is our last one. As you exhale, get it high into the armpit. Bend the elbows, chaturanga arms. And then rise back up, extend the leg, inhale. Exhale, child's pose. Send both knees down, hips to heels. Just a brief child's pose. Take a deep inhale through your nose. And then exhale, start to make your way up and back into downward facing dog. So tuck your toes under, lift the hips up and back. Good, big bend in your knees. Look at your thumbs and either walk or step to your thumbs. Forward fold towards the top of your mat. We'll do a few rounds of half sun. So as you inhale, bend the knees, round the back, roll up to stand. Vertebrae, vertebrae, vertebrae. Take yourself up. Reach the arms up at the top. Good, keep inhaling and then exhale back down to your forward fold. We're gonna halfway lift on the inhale, rise up halfway. Forward fold on your exhale. Inhale, rise to stand. Reach the arms up high, strong in the legs. Exhale, thumbs to heart center. We'll do another round. Big inhale, sweep the arms up, look up. Exhale, forward bend over the legs. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward bend, exhale. Inhale, rise, reach the arms up high. Big full body stretch. Exhale, thumbs to heart center. We'll do one more round. Inhale, rise. And then exhale, forward fold. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to stand, your breath pace. Thumbs to heart center when you breathe out. We're gonna do a few rounds of Sun C with a slight variation to warm up the hamstring. So inhale, reach the arms up. As you exhale, forward fold and step the right leg back, all the way back. Go ahead and take the knee to the floor, rise up to a low lunge. You can have hands on the left thigh or hands framing the ears, biceps framing the ears. Take another inhale in that low lunge. And then shift to half split on the exhale. Hands come down to frame the left heel. Good, rebend the left knee, rise up, low lunge. Take the arms where they will go, and then exhale back to your half split. Inhale, rise back up, low lunge. This time interlace the hands behind the head like a stargazer pose. Pull the elbows apart, look at your ceiling. And then last time in that half split on this round, go ahead and take the hands down, nose to shin. Rebend the left knee. Tuck the right toes, step to downward facing dog, all the way back. Now inhale, lift your right leg. Bend the knee, bring it to the nose, and step through for low lunge on the opposite side. Left knee down. Inhale, rise up. Hands can be on the thigh. Biceps can frame the ears. Good, big inhale. Half split, exhale. Inhale, back up to your low lunge. Exhale your pace back down to your half split. And then last time we'll take the chest opener too. So low lunge, interlace the hands behind the skull, lift the chest, peel elbows apart, and then take it back down for your half split. Stretching that right calf, right hamstring. Good. Rebend the right knee. Tuck the left toes, this time for forward fold at the top. Step forward, bend. Rise to stand on your inhale, skip the half lift, and as you exhale, right back down to forward fold. Good. Step the left foot back. Keep the knee lifted. Peel the right arm only up so you come into a twist to the right. And then exhale, release the right hand down and straighten the right leg for an extended pyramid pose. So keep the left foot where it's at. Good. Rebend the right knee. Inhale, right arm up. Twisting to the right, and then exhale, bring the right hand down, pyramid pose, straighten the right leg, bow forward. Last time, rebend the right knee, reach the right arm skyward. And then exhale, lower the right hand, pyramid pose. Good. Try to take it back with a straight right leg. So you're gonna plant the palms firm, slide the right foot back, down dog. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through for runner's lunge. As you inhale, lift the left arm, peel open to the left. And then as you exhale, set it down, take your pyramid pose, nice. And then rebend the left knee, inhale, open twist. Exhale, left hand down, straighten the right leg, pyramid. Last time, rebend the left knee, reach the left arm up. And then left hand comes down, straighten the left leg, pyramid. Good. Now try to keep the legs straight. Come up onto the fingerprints because that can help a little bit to lift the palms away from the floor. Bend the right knee slightly. Try to take a straight right leg to the top of the mat to fold. And then rise to stand. Big inhale. Stretch up. Thumbs to heart center as you exhale this time. We'll do another round. Big inhale. Reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Right foot goes back. This time crescent lunge. So as you inhale, reach both arms up. Big stretch. Palms to heart center. We're going to take the right elbow to the outside of the left thigh. So coming into the prayer twist. Spin the chest towards the thumbs. Good. If you want to open it up deeper, you can open it up deeper. You might set the right hand down outside of the left foot. Good. With the palms at heart center now, come back up to your crescent lunge and then extend the arms up to the sky. And as you exhale, set the hands down. Stay there with the legs, but do straighten the left leg. This time, hop the right foot forward just a little bit so you can set the right heel down. And you can turn the right toes out a little if that feels good, like a warrior one back foot, or you can keep all 5 toes of the right foot pointing forward, your choice. Take an inhale to lift your chest away from your knee. And then as you exhale, bow your nose towards your ankle. Good. Palm the floor, both hands, and then swing the right leg back to downward facing dog. So slide it back. Maybe you step back just slightly. Inhale, lift the right leg. As you exhale, step the right foot between the palms and rise up, crescent lunge, opposite side. Bring the palms together at heart center. Lift your chest. Inhale. Twist to the right as you exhale, left elbow outside of that right thigh. Spin the sternum towards the thumbs. And then if you took the open arm, it's hard to see the camera, it's hard to see the screen because it's so bright out here. But if you did take that variation, spin the sternum towards the thumbs. Open up the wingspan. Nice. Yes. And now with palms at heart center, rise back up to crescent lunge, then reach the arms up. Good. Straighten out the right leg. Hop the left foot forward just slightly as you take that pyramid. So now hands are down, framing the right foot. Left heel is on the ground. Same variation you did on the other side. Go ahead and inhale, lift the chest away from the knee. And then exhale, bow the nose down towards the mat, towards the heel. Push the left heel down. You might want to lift the chest just slightly. Come up onto your fingerprints, bend the left knee, and then try to take a straight left leg all the way forward to fold. Rise to stand, big inhale, reach up. Right back down to fold as you exhale. Left leg goes back. Inhale, rise up. One breath in crescent lunge. This time, palms to heart center. Instead of going down into a prayer twist, spin the chest to the right. Open up the wingspan. So you're staying lifted with the chest. Drop the right hand to the left thigh. Left arm reaches high. So big open, not big open, more like a wringing out action of the spine. Lift the left hand high. Good. Now take the left hand down inside of the right foot, reach the right arm up, so still in a twist to that right side, and then set the right hand down to meet the left. Straighten out the right leg. Palm the earth with both hands, swing the right leg back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, step the left foot between the palms and rise up, high crescent lunge. Good. Stay lifted in the chest, but do bring the palms to heart center. Turn your chest to the left. Bend the left knee deeper, open up the wingspan. Good. Set the left hand down on the left thigh, right arm up to the ceiling. Big inhale. Stay in that twist as you exhale. Another inhale. And now take the right hand down inside of the left foot. Lift the left hand up. Twisting towards the left inner thigh. Take another inhale. Left hand down to the ground as you exhale. Keep that wide pyramid pose. Come up onto the fingerprints, bend the right knee and step forward to fold, top of the mat. Inhale, rise to stand, reach up and look up. And as you exhale, thumbs to heart center. Good. Settle in here, spreading the toes wide apart. Feel weight in all areas of your feet. Good. So big toe, pinky toe, both sides of the heels. And then we're going to find that even distribution of weight on the feet again after we move them. So walk the feet out, hip wider than the hips, mats distance apart. Turn your toes out, prepping for squat. Take an inhale to reach the arms up. And as you exhale, come down into your Malasana squat. Bend elbows, knees, all the way down. When the elbows land inside of the thighs, good. Press the triceps out, squeeze the knees back in. Push the thumb knuckles to the chest to lift up high, big inhale. Crow pose on your exhale. Plant the palms. Go ahead and walk the feet back a little bit. Set the knees on the triceps and rise up into your crow pose. Yes. I know you've heard me say it before, but it's almost like you're cracking walnuts in the knee pits, so really squeeze the knee pits tight once you get there. Yes. Hips lifted up high. Good. If you want to shoot it back to crow, you're welcome to shoot back to crow, or you can land lightly back to a modified Malasana and then step back to plank. Either way, once you get to plank, hold it. Good. Look down between the index fingers. Take an inhale. And then your choice, chaturanga or straight to down dog. From your chaturanga, good, inhale to up dog. And exhale back to down facing dog. When you get to down dog, inhale, lift the right leg high, bend the right knee and stack the hips open. Take an inhale. As you exhale, tap right knee, right tricep. Send it back up, inhale. Three-legged dog. As you exhale, tap the left elbow or left tricep. Inhale, send it up and back. As you exhale, step that right foot between the palms. Warrior one is where we're going. So set the left heel down, rise up, first warrior. Opening up the chest, interlace the hands behind your back. Start to roll the shoulders back, look up at the sky, take an inhale, and then bow forward inside of your right thigh as you exhale. You can keep that bind of the hands. I have a feeling you'll want to try this one out. Actually, wrap the right arm underneath the right thigh and try to clasp both hands behind your right hip. So it's almost like you would take the bind and side angle, but in a humble warrior instead. So you still have that warrior one foot. Hips are still working to square the front of the mat. You can look back past your left calf. Release the bind. Keep your humble warrior. Take it back to the initial position, interlacing the fingers. We're going to spin on the left foot. So now you're coming more in towards a prep for warrior three with the bound hand position. Start to push off the left foot and enter your airplane or your warrior three with bound hands. And this time, I know we always flex the left foot or the lifted foot. Try out pointing the toes. So you're working the calf strength and you're stretching the shin, the muscles over the shin, the muscles over the top of the foot. With the pointed toes, try to have it be almost like you're trying to push the very tips of your toes into the wall behind you and the top of your skull into the wall in front of you. Square out the hips. Good. As you bend the right knee, start to step back for a warrior two. When you land, release the arm bind. Nice work, Anna. Look over the right hand. Flip the right palm. Inhale, reversed warrior. Stay in that reversed warrior for another breath cycle. Keep that deep bend in the right knee and enter your side angle. Right elbow on the right thigh, left bicep up by the ear. If you want to take the half bind here or full bind here, you can take the half or full bind. We're going to be here for 3 more breaths, so sink deep. Firm up the core muscles to lengthen the low back. Beautiful expression. So nice. And long neck. Good. Release that bind. Come back up to warrior two. Straighten out the right leg. Bend the left knee and come down into a brief Skandasana, back of the mat. And then bend the right knee to go to Skandasana at the top of the mat. And then turn for a runner's lunge at the top of the mat, but make it a lizard lunge. So you're going to walk the right foot out to the right edge of the mat. Both palms come down inside of that right heel. So drop the left knee, Bend the left knee deeper and then reach back with the right hand. Try out grabbing the pinky toe edge side of the foot as you roll your shoulder back and your chest up. You can even look at the ceiling here. Good. Slow release of that right arm. We are going to add some personal expression to this chaturanga. So as you tuck the left toes, send the right leg up and back to three-legged dog. And then if you want to keep it lifted high as you come forward for chaturanga, keep it lifted. Come down for chaturanga, inhale to up dog. And then exhale back to downward facing dog. Yes, inhale, lift the left leg, bend the knee and stack. As you exhale, tap left knee, left tricep. Inhale, send it up and back. Yeah, and then exhale, left knee, right tricep. So graceful. As you inhale, send it up and back. And as you exhale, knee to nose, step it through for warrior one. So as the right heel spins down, arms reach up high. Interlace the hands behind the back. Switch pinkies on top. If you didn't already, take the awkward grip. Pull the knuckles down, inhale, look up. Exhale, first just bow forward, typical humble warrior. And then release that left hand, wrap it under the left thigh and hook the hands behind the left hip. Start to pull the right shoulder further forward. And you can even pull the knee pit into the left shoulder. So you have a little bit of a clamp there between left shoulder and knee pit. Pull the left hip back, right hip forward. And then last piece, gaze past the right heel. Sweet, release that bind, take the grip behind your back once again. Turn on the ball of your right foot and then push off the ball of the right foot for your warrior three with a pointed toe, pointed right toes. So as you point the right toes back, again, it's kind of like you're pushing into a solid surface back there. Very firm pressure forward with the crown of the head. And then knuckles reach off the back and towards the heel. Take another inhale. Slow bend of the left knee as you exhale, step it back for second warrior. Good. When you land that second warrior, open up the arms, look over the left fingers. Inhale, reversed second warrior. Stay there, another breath cycle. When you're ready, take an inhale. Move the side angle on the exhale. Left elbow on the left thigh, right bicep on the ear, by the ear. So we're here for 4 breaths total. If you want to take that full bind, go ahead and start to work your way into a half or full bind. Keep the breath nice and steady so it's like your metronome for the movement. Release the bind so you're in traditional side angle. And then pull the right wrist back, rise up, warrior two. Straighten the left leg, bend the right knee, Koundinyasana at the back of the mat. And then with or without the help of the hands, bend the left knee, come to Koundinyasana at the top of the mat. Pivot around for your runner's lunge, hands frame that left foot, but then make it a lizard lunge. So you're gonna walk the left foot out to the left, hands come to the inside of the left foot. Yes. Drop the right knee down slow. Bend it deeper. Reach the left arm back and around so you grab the outside of the left foot. And then from there, pull on that left foot. Give the quad a little bit of a stretch. Release the left hand down. Go ahead and take the right toes under. So toe prints of the right foot are on the ground. Lift the right knee. Send the left leg all the way up and back, three-legged dog. Inhale, shift forward, exhale to a chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale back to downward facing dog. 5 breaths to rest. So you can rest in your child's pose, you can rest in your down dog. Good, heels ground down, hips pull up and back so you have a nice lengthening action of the spine, decompressing low back, mid back. From downward facing dog, bend both knees, look at your thumbs, and then exhale, pounce to the top of the mat, fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Bend the knees, chair pose. You're gonna lift the chest, lift the arms, hold here. Walk the feet all the way together, bring the thumbs down to heart center, and then we're gonna take the left elbow up and over for a chair twist. So left elbow hooks outside of that right thigh, start to spin the sternum bone towards the thumb knuckles. Keep the hips so low here, yes, very nice. And then if you want to, open up the wingspan, spin the chest further right. Bring hands slowly back to heart center. Next time you exhale, forward fold over the legs. Halfway lift as you inhale. Forward fold as you exhale. We're gonna do one more half lift. So as you inhale, take that halfway rise. Exhale, take the deep bend from the hips. And then inhale, deep bend in the knees, sink the hips low for chair. Arms go up, thumbs to heart center. Right elbow to the outside of the left thigh. Spin the chest towards the thumb knuckles. Positive reinforcement, that right knee is locked next to the left knee. Open up the wingspan. If you did on the other side, big inhale, spin the chest left. Stay with the exhale. We've got one more inhale. Hands to heart center, and then exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees a lot, round the back and roll up to stand. Vertebrae, vertebrae, vertebrae. When you get up to stand, inhale, arms up. And then exhale, thumbs to heart center. So stay standing, plug the thumb knuckles into the chest. Take a moment here. Deep inhale through the nose. Fan the toes out wide, set the toes back down if you lifted them when you spread. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift as you breathe in. Step or hop to chaturanga as you breathe out. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Good, and then exhale back to downward facing dog. On your inhale, lift the right leg. Go ahead and bend the knees, stack the hips open. This time if you want to flip into wild thing, you can flip. Good, stay there, lift the chest up high, lift the pubic bone up high. Take another inhale. Move gracefully, three-legged dog as you exhale. If you need to set the leg down in the meantime, you can. We're gonna go right to the other side just to balance out the spine. So as you inhale, lift the left leg. Sorry, I didn't have you set the right leg down. You did set the right leg down. Stack the hips open. Touch the left toes down on the mat. Go ahead and flip into your wild thing on the other side. Lift the hips up high. Good, stay with the inhale. Go to a three-legged dog on the exhale. Slowly lever the left leg back down to the floor. Left foot lands. And then inhale, lift the right leg. This time as you exhale, you're gonna bend both knees. So left knee is gonna come down to touch the mat. Right knee is gonna come down to touch the tricep. Bend the elbows. And then as you inhale, shoot it back to three-legged dog. Lift both knees. Left leg goes to three-legged dog. Right leg goes up and back. And then two more just like it. Exhale, bend both knees. Touch the left knee down. Not too much weight in the left knee or right knee. Right knee touches the elbow. And then send it all the way back up. Last time, again with the chaturanga push-up, you're gonna bend the left knee, bend the right knee, come down, chaturanga push-up, and then rise to your three-legged dog. Left toe stay tucked. Good, this time step the foot between the palms. Rise up, warrior one. All the way up, first warrior. Interlace the hands behind the back. Go ahead and inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, humble warrior. From your humble warrior, we'll go ahead and lift the chest up just a little bit. Turn on the ball of your left foot. Come back into that airplane or warrior three. From your warrior three, set the right hand down. Open the hips to the left and come into your half moon. Good, so rolling that left hip up to stack over the right hip. Left shoulder rolls back to stack over the right. If you want to make it Chapasana, bend the left knee, grab the outside of that left ankle. Keep spinning back. Opening up. Good. Traditional half moon. Stay for the inhale. We're going to reversed warrior on the exhale. Start to step it all the way back. Release that right arm up and overhead. Take a big inhale in your side angle. And then exhale to side angle. From reverse warrior. Once you get into side angle, I was getting way ahead of myself because I'm already thinking, oh my gosh, this is a great opportunity for birds of paradise. So from your side angle, you're gonna take that full bind once again, and you have it as an option, so not necessary. You have it as an option when you create flows on your own at home. It's a good transition from that full bind. So if you want to take it now, go ahead and step the left foot forward, push the left foot down and rise up. You can work on the balance by keeping the right knee bent, or you can work on the balance and the hamstring flexibility, straightening out the right leg. So hold where you're at. Good, breathe deep through the nose. Try to elevate the collarbones a little bit and drop the tailbone to the floor, towards the floor. And then always lowering out of bird of paradise, yes. Always seeing how slow we can lower the right foot and step the left foot back. Let's release that full bind to a traditional side angle and then go back to our Skandasana, back of the mat. And then Skandasana to the top of the mat. And then turn it all the way around. This time stay in the runner's lunge when you get there, and you're gonna use this as an opportunity for half split or handstand hop. So if you're taking half split, challenge your balance, wrap the hands behind the right heel. And then if you're taking the handstand hops, of course, keep it playful. Have fun, do a few rounds of that kick up. I'm gonna take a moment to blow my nose, so keep doing what you're doing. We're gonna take it down to a forward fold, top of the mat. Nice work, Anna. When you get to that forward fold, hang the head heavy. Interlace your hands behind your back, behind the back of your head. Try to rest the pinky side, or like the whole knife edge side of your hands, on the basin of the skull, so you can kind of wiggle it in there. And then without pulling on the head, just allow the weight of the arms and hands to rest on that ridge of the skull. And with the weight of the arms and hands, you might have a little bit more weight to decompress the upper back and decompress the cervical spine, the neck. Take a couple of breaths there. Good, and then release the hands down. Bend the knees around the back and roll up to stand. Vertebrae, vertebrae, vertebrae. All the way up through Tadasana pose. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, thumbs to heart center. Again, heel toe the feet out. Before our other side, we're gonna take a brief crow. So inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, Malasana squat. Exhale, crow pose. Go ahead and walk the feet in. Take the knees to the backs of the arms and lift the hips and the heels up. Good, holding as long as you can. We'll stay there for a few more breaths. So strong, so steady. Hold. Good. If you want to shoot it back, or step it back. When you get into, we're going to come into a plank pose. When you get into that plank pose, hold it. Take an inhale through the nose. And then exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Last little kick before we do more of a workshop style with that Eka Pada Koundinyasana. We're going to inhale, lift the left leg. Bend the knee, bend both knees. Tap left knee to the tricep, right knee to the ground. Bend the elbows like chaturanga. And then rise back up all the way to three-legged dog. Inhale. And then exhale, second of three. Bend both knees, tap, right knee to the ground, left knee to the tricep, bend the elbows, chaturanga. Rise back up. Inhale as you extend up and back. Nice and strong. As you exhale, pull it in. Last one, bend and lower. Inhale, rise, extend. Good, deep, deep inhale. And then exhale, step it through. Warrior one. When you rise up to that first warrior, lift the arms up high. And then big fan of the arms down and around alongside you. Interlace the hands behind you. Pull the knuckles down, look up, inhale. Bow forward, exhale. Not too long here. We're going to turn on the ball of the right foot. Shift the gaze forward and then shift the weight forward for airplane. Slowly lower that left hand down to the ground and begin to open up into your half moon. Right hand to the ceiling, right hip rolls back to stack on the left one. Nice steep flex of the right toes. Good. And then from there, moving into the Chapasana, bend the right knee, go ahead and reach back, grab the outside of the right ankle. Push the foot into the hand or the ankle into the hand. Pull the hand into the foot, give yourself some leverage to stretch the whole quad, so even right above the knee. Good. And then our traditional half moon is going to take us back to reverse warrior. So when you've got it, bend the left knee, reach all the way back in reverse, inhale. Move to side angle on your exhale, left elbow on the left thigh, right bicep by the ear. Opportunity for half bind, full bind, or bird of paradise. So go where you need to, and know again that when you practice alone at home, that's a really smooth transition. So no matter where you stop today, you can always know some options. Yes, awesome, from where you're at. If you want to work on straightening that left leg any amount or all the way, go ahead and work on it. If the balance is feeling more intriguing today, focus on the balance. Elevate the collarbones, broaden the collarbones, firm up the core, lengthen the low back. Nice descent, very graceful on the landing down and the step back. Release it to a traditional side angle. And then rise up through warrior two all the way to Skandasana, back of the mat. And then a Skandasana to the front of the mat. As you come into that runner's lunge, you'll pivot around, make your way to half split, or I'm sorry, standing split, or handstand hops. And when you do this, if you choose to stay in standing split ever, balance challenge to clasp the back of that standing ankle or that standing heel. Handstand hops. Try to touch both feet together above the hips and then lower one leg to release it down. Try to lift that bottom leg just for today as something different, as a different practice. So kick the top leg up, lift the right leg up as much as it will go. Yes. Keep playing with it, and when you're finished, you'll go to a down dog. From your down, shift forward into high plank. Take an inhale. Chaturanga as you exhale. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. From your down dog, go ahead and lower the knees. Take a child's pose. Come all the way down into child's pose. Towel off. I know it's really sweaty here too. Once you get into child's pose, I always feel like that's a good thing though. Imagine you have a sandbag on your low back. So try to just have that imaginary weight on your low back so that you feel some sense of grounding, of kind of like a comfort feeling on the low back. The way a massage feels or the way pressure of hands feels. Very soon, we'll be able to work with actual hands-on assists. Good, and then from that place, same with the head, relax the full weight of the head, relax the jaw, the skin of the face. We're gonna set up for Eka Pada, and then we'll do the Eka Pada A as well, the first variation of Eka Pada. We'll do Eka Pada Koundinyasana B first because it's more familiar and it's what we've been working on in previous weeks. So come back up to your down dog. If any of these workshop movements that I'm about to do, you feel that you want to stop and watch, you're welcome to stop and watch and then do it as you're ready. But I'm going to guide you as if you were following along with me because I know that you already have an understanding of Eka Pada. So again, you can watch and then hop in when you're ready. I won't necessarily cue you to hop in at any point. So from your downward facing dog, you'll lift the right leg, bend the right knee, tap right tricep. From there, you'll bend the elbows, chaturanga arms, and you can either take little hops, or you can really shove the left tricep underneath the left ribs, straighten both legs and fly. And one thing that can help with that, I find, because you do have to have some weight going forward. Yes! A thing that can help with it, two things that can help with it actually. One is to put your block under, on this side it would be your left ear. So you could place your block at any height under your left ear so you have a little bit more ability to tip forward, forward, forward. You could also use pillows so you have a broader base for that touchdown. And then just focus on getting the back part of the body, the legs lifted. And then another thing that helps, yeah, excellent. Another thing that helps is to really get that right knee, high up onto the tricep. So the further forward I get my right knee on my right tricep, the more weight is already going forward to help me kind of lean forward into the flying position. Good. Yep. And extending the leg helps as well, because again, you have more tip of weight forward. You can also rest that left ear on the floor and over time work on tipping the balance to a neutral point where you're flying both front and back. Good. One more time on this side, and then I'm going to have you switch to the other side. It's my goal to get us to be able to incorporate that into flow so that we're not like worn out by the time that we get there. But I think workshopping it can really help, because then you're like warmed up and prepped for it and you get to learn the pieces of it, the foundation of it. Come to the top of your mat for a moment. So we're going to stand before we do the other side. Take Tadasana pose. Turn the hands forward. Take a deep inhale, and then audible exhale. Reach your arms up, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift on your inhale. You can step or hop to chaturanga, or you can go to downward facing dog. So inhale to the up dog, and then exhale to downward facing dog. So I'm going to have you start by walking your feet closer on this side. Take your feet a little bit, maybe 1 foot or half a footprint forward. Lift the left leg up, inhale. And then bend the left knee, almost as if you were trying to get your left hip on the tricep. So it's like you're trying to close your left hip crease and your armpit together. It won't happen, but that's the kind of like closure that you want to have, is like you're bringing those two pieces, hip crease and armpit, together like they're magnetized. It's hot and I've probably worn you out.
No, I actually feel really good on this side.
Good, okay.
My this side is so much stronger. It's crazy.
And this is your more flexible side, so you have like two things working for you. Yes, yes. Good. Core is engaged. At least you know what it feels like. Like, you do it on this side so elegantly and strongly that you know what it feels like. So it's just like transitioning that same thing to the other side.
You know,
the disciplined work. I get that. Before we do Eka Pada A, we're going to do gorilla pose to stretch out the wrists and the hamstrings and to close up the hip creases. So go ahead and come to your forward fold and then slip your hands underneath your feet. Palms to soles, drop the head. And then roll the weight from your pinky toe. Try to hit weight on all toes, all the way over to the big toe, and just keep doing that. So rocking weight to pinky toe to big toe, pinky toe to big toe. Good, and then release the hands all together. I'm gonna show you Eka Pada A, and I think that you have done it before. Now that I think about it, but I'm gonna have you enter from a different way than we normally would, because usually you would go from side crow into Eka Pada Koundinyasana A, and I'm gonna have you come in from three-legged dog. So it's similar, but we're twisted, or we're revolved from the Eka Pada B. You'll start with the right leg lifted, you'll bring it forward, and eventually you're gonna fly right into it from there, but a good entrance step before we get there. I'm not there yet, you might be on this side, honestly. You're gonna tap the outside of your left, actually you're gonna take the left toes down, right toes down behind your left hand. You're gonna tap the outside of your right knee to your left tricep, and then set your right hip on your right tricep. And then you're gonna kick both legs out like an L. And then to get out, you can come through an up dog, or you can come out the same way you came in, back to downward facing dog. And you can start on whichever side you want. Yeah, I'm curious which side will be easier for you on this one. Yeah, one important thing for me to keep in mind when I'm entering right now, eventually I think it can be a smooth entrance. I've seen people do it, but I think one thing that helps me right now is thinking the same way that I kind of like, I don't overexert to get into a bound twist when I'm seated, but I do have to kind of like finagle into it. And so I think the same with the Eka Pada B, you kind of have to like finagle until you get the depth of twist for everything to just hold. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I'm gonna try the other side.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the other side too to be even, and then I'm gonna come observe. I am very curious which side will be easier for you. I don't know if I saw this happening for you, but again, you can set the left toes down, and even going a little bit further right of the right hand might help you get that leverage. You can even bend both knees and then like really snuggle that hip up. But it does take a lot of rib compression.